Saludos familias, habla Jesús, su administrador del grupo Todo sobre Lucha Libre, y hoy en una nueva entrevista en inglés, el luchador Boom Hayden. How are you, Boom? How do you feel?
I am spectacular right now. Just woke up about 20 minutes ago? Got to get all that sleep and then I can, honestly.
Okay. COVID-19, does this have affected you in a mentally or physical way?
Now, honestly, what happened with a lot of people is that they stopped working out. They stopped getting their cardio in. They stopped doing all that. I didn't stop doing that. I kept working out at home. I kept getting my cardio in because I don't stop working. But the thing is that what it did affect was the wrestling. And that took that away from a lot of people. Now, certain companies kept going, but I ain't part of any of the companies that kept going. And so, I mean, I just had to keep watching, keep trying to get better mentally, but I couldn't really do anything physically. But I have been training though. Once we were able to, we started training as soon as possible. And once wrestling does fully come back, there is going to be a boom in business. That's for sure.
Okay. Who or what was your inspiration to become a wrestler?
To become a wrestler? Funny enough, it wasn't any certain person. It actually came from the video games.
Really?
In the video games, my dad got me a video game that we would always play when I was a kid. It was SmackDown versus Raw. It was one of the SmackDown games originally. And my favorite part of any video game is creating your own character. So I put myself in there at over 7 feet tall and weighing as much as I could and beating up all the big wrestlers. And that's actually what got me I could go out there and have fun wrestling. So yeah.
Who trained you?
Under MCW Pro Wrestling. Repping them today. Got my two coaches, Dean Guttridge and the Bruiser. Bruiser unfortunately passed more recently due to leukemia. Put up the biggest fight that anybody could put up against that shit though. That was but yeah, we had a whole memorial for him. You could find that on YouTube or Facebook, I believe. Yeah. Very saddening thing to go through, honestly.
How many years have you been a wrestler?
It's at 3 right now? Definitely over 3. I've dude, this time is flown by. It's crazy how fast this is going for me. I don't even know if Corona definitely slowed it down, but it's definitely on the fast track.
Boom, your first match. How do you feel entering the ring? With whom do you wrestle, and do you win or lose that match?
Okay, depends on what you mean by first match, because MCW, we hold these birthday party matches for the little kids and everything. And if you consider the first match, which I was in a battle royal for that, which obviously I'm in there with a bunch of guys. 2 of them were Soldiers of Savagery. So obviously that's going to be tough. I got chopped by them a lot and then thrown out. Or if you consider my first match, which I believe was a fatal 4-way, then I was still developing myself then, and that went as good as the others. That was on my father's birthday. What was it, like a little over 2 years ago? And of course, I was still learning then. And when I walked in that ring, I just felt like I didn't really feel nervous. I felt like this is definitely what I want to be doing myself. That's for sure.
Why the name Boom Hayden?
Why the name Boom Hayden? I'll tell you. Ever since I was little, they called me Boom, the Boom, right? It's only natural I use that as my first name. Look at all the other wrestlers out there that have used a weird first name. You got Hawk, you got Iron as an Iron Sheik. He had Iron as his first name. You had King Kong Bundy. You got all those old '80s wrestling names with that weird first name. So why not Boom? Then you got Hayden. That's an English last name. Means heathen. And what I do out there, it's anything but pretty. So therefore, you got the Boom, you got the Hayden, and that's how you get Boom Hayden.
Are you a face or a heel?
Definitely prefer heel. It's a lot easier to get somebody to hate you than it is to get somebody to like you. I ain't out there trying to kiss up to nobody.
Oh my God. Do you belong to any wrestling company right now or not?
Define belong.
Like, are you independent or you are in only one company right now?
Oh, definitely not in only one company right now. I do stuff with MCW. I'll do stuff with PRWA. I'll do as long as somebody's throwing these opportunities my way, I'll accept them to a degree, unless they're like asking something completely insane. Like I'm not just gonna accept an offer from a homeless guy on the street. It's like, hey, you want to come wrestle? Like that would be insane. Like no, like, I don't know. I don't know who that homeless guy's been. I don't know what he means by wrestling. So obviously, I'm going to use my brain with these things.
How do you feel being on the PRWA?
PRWA, they're one of the companies right now that are giving the opportunity to people to wrestle. And what I need right now is opportunity to show what I've learned throughout uh, this whole pandemic that's going on. PRWA, so far, I've had to go up against. I went up against that. What was it? 10-year vet Samuel Adams. Didn't win against him, but then I transitioned over and I beat that 1 year guy, Anton, and so that was a whole transition there. I beat the tar out of him, but it's only going to go up from there. I see a future with PRWA.
So does that mean that Eric talked to you about maybe coming to Puerto Rico?
There haven't been any full discussions about that yet. I feel like that's something that you can't come off the bat with, though. That's something that's got to be earned. And if the Boom's going to do anything, it's earn all of his opportunities, while the others can sit back and watch it happen.
So does that mean that you need like another match or something like that so you can deserve the opportunity to come here to Puerto Rico?
I don't know the business, not the business. I don't know the process that they got going on for that.
Well,
Now,
because I saw your match in PRWA, and I know that if Eric saw something in you very special, maybe he will tell you, "Hey, I want you to come here to Puerto Rico."
if Puerto Rico wants the Boom, what I will tell you right now is Puerto Rico is going to get the Boom. I'm just going to leave that at that right there.
Okay, let me talk to Eric. Aquí tú sabes que Boom, tú lo pusiste en un programa, tuvo su lucha. Vamos a darle una oportunidad, habla con el hombre, traerlo a Puerto Rico. Queremos ver, ¿verdad? Estos prospectos acá en Puerto Rico. Vamos a darle una oportunidad. Como decimos aquí, la bola está en tu cancha, Eric. Have you met somebody that was very hard, very difficult, that you could say, hey, this guy takes the best of me? Have you wrestled somebody like that?
So you mean like somebody tough that you said it thinks the best of me?
Yeah,
And now is this meeting them or wrestling them?
wrestling them.
Okay, wrestling them. See, the toughest person that I ever wrestled. That's a tough one between Soldiers of Savagery, because I went up against them in MCW before, and Drolix, who I went up against on a birthday party before. Now, Drolix, he's a little shorter than me, but he's still somebody that'll mess you up. He's done a lot with my coach Bruiser over the years. Bruiser would probably be like the toughest guy, but unfortunately, I never got the chance to wrestle him. But Drolix did a lot with Bruiser throughout the years, and so that definitely was something that contributed to toughening him up. I remember I got in there with him. I got my ass kicked for that first match. But still, on the other hand, Soldiers of Savagery, those two guys, they beat the tar out of me too. They had many opportunities to, and they took every chance they could. Those are two real tough sons of guns right there that I don't think anybody would ever walk into a room and try to mess with them unless they ain't right in mind. So, yeah, that's definitely got to be a tie right there.
What did your parents say when you told them, hey, I'm going to become a wrestler?
Oh, hold up. Audio is a little messed up.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Ok, el sonido le está fallando. Vamos a esperar, ¿verdad? Que él consiga la manera de...
Let me take that off real quick. What was that?
Okay, do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. What did your parents tell you when you told them, hey, I'm going to become a wrestler?
Oh, Mark Holman, my dad. He he saw it in me ever since I was little, and I was playing those video games. Right off the bat, I was like, I want to be a pro wrestler. And he was like, you going to go college? Later on down the line, and got to middle school, I want to be a pro wrestler. You're going to have to go to college. Got to high school, I still want to be a pro wrestler. You're going to still have to go to college. So right now, I'm having to juggle pro wrestling and college because Mark Holman ain't let me do wrestling unless I get that college done. So yeah, I can do whatever I want as long as I got something that's going to give me money and something that's going to be a backup plan in case that first plan don't work. That's
Okay.
basically the little deal that we got going on.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, if you have the chance to be on WWE, Impact, or AEW, which one would you prefer and why?
That is a very, very interesting question. Now, all of those companies, all those offers, they would be very tempting. Now, that's something you can't just decide on the spot. Now, if they just sent me in a little request to like all three of them sending me in something like that at the same time right now, there ain't no way I'm taking less. There ain't no way I'm taking like less than a week to try and figure out my decision, unless they put me under that time stress. But I feel like that's definitely something I'd have to think about. I can't make any decision right now, honestly, because I don't know what the offers would be. I don't know what they would want out of me yet. But that's something that I would definitely take more time to think about.
Well, so far I saw on Facebook that AEW is the one who pay the most.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you prefer the one who paid the most, or maybe you prefer something like WWE, or maybe Impact. Or if you are so favorite, you know that Impact and AEW is going to be united.
Oh yeah, I heard about
So
that.
so maybe that's the opportunity you have to decide which one do you like and which one do you want to go. Because if you go to WWE, maybe they're going to put you in NXT first. So they try you, they prove you, and then from NXT, you will come to Raw or SmackDown.
You're asking me if I'd rather go to Raw or SmackDown? Hmm.
Yes, if you, because like I say, if you decided for WWE, they're going to put you on NXT to begin.
Yeah.
Then, if you have the talent, they will choose Raw or SmackDown for you. Which one do you prefer?
Um. See, Roman Reigns is on SmackDown right now, right? I believe
Yeah.
yes. So I mean, SmackDown is the one that's like booming right now. I think so. I feel like, plus I've always preferred SmackDown. So I guess that too. I'd go SmackDown if I could choose.
Okay. In WWE, with one wrestler do you compare to?
Let's see. Um, it's never really me comparing myself to other wrestlers because when you're coming into the business, you don't want to be like, I want to be exactly like this guy or I want to be the next Brock Lesnar. Like you can't just come to business saying that because then like you got to make your own path. You got to make your own career. But looks wise, oh dude, I've got like all kinds of wrestlers. I was told once that I look like John Cena. Like that was when I had my baby face going on and I didn't have the facial hair. I used to have shorter hair. So I went as him for Halloween. I've been told before that I look like the Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, that's
Um,
correct.
let's see, who else have I been compared to? And plus, he and I are like around the same height. Let's
You
see.
look also like Edge.
That's a new one for me. I have never heard Edge before. Really?
Yeah,
What makes you say
you look.
that?
I don't know, maybe the hair,
Okay.
maybe the way you move your head. It looks like Edge.
Okay, I'll take it. That's a good one too, Edge. Um, let's see.
Maybe Christian.
I'll take Christian too. Yeah, that's a good one. I need to check my 23andMe to see my ancestry. I might be Canadian. That's the thing.
So where are you from right now? Where
I'm
do
from
you live?
Boomtown. Right now, since
Oh,
MCW is near closest, it is in Maryland, I should say.
okay.
I reside in Maryland, so that way
Okay.
it makes the commute easier. And so yeah, just got to get myself to Joppa every every chance I can to work on myself.
Okay. How do you feel on this interview?
Oh my gosh, have I got a story for you? This interview is going a lot better than my first interview ever. My first
Yeah.
interview ever was with the news. I tell you, that was such a frustrating thing. Okay, so I'm not even gonna say what news company it was because that's gonna mean that everybody's gonna go look it up. I hate that interview. So what happened was that I was in training, fractured my fibula. I joke about that all the time. Like you got this right here. If I can get it up. See that scar coming up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fractured my fibula in training. bam. So I'm going in getting my PT and whatnot, and so I get a call. I answer my phone. I'm like, hello, hello. It's like, we were wondering if we would we could see if there's any news outlets out there that would be interested in your story, the wrestler and the fractured fibula and whatnot. And I'm like, whoa, the news. Oh, that sounds great. Let's see yeah, that'll get me like famous and whatnot. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So eventually got a call saying, oh yeah, this news station is interested in your story. And I'm like, whoa, that's badass. Let's do it. And so eventually they set up something at some hospital where they got my doc there that worked on me, Dr. Hembry. And so I'll shout him out because he fixed me right up. And so yeah, got that done. And so the interview, they came in. Um, I was tired as hell. I ain't used to waking up early. I ain't no early bird. And so they got me in there. I look tired as shit. I'm pale as hell too. So they got these bright ass lights on me. Like I'm just like, yeah. So I look white as hell, more than I already do. And so they got me sitting down. They got me talking. Basically, they just wanted to twist the story up in their own little story. They want to make their own story out of me. Basically, how it went was, yeah, fractured fibula. I'm just gonna, I didn't make a big deal out of it. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna go to the gym. I'm still gonna work out. Need a little bit of help from my dad, but I mean, this ain't really making me like sad or anything. I ain't feeling depressed about it. I mean, yeah, it sucks that I can't wrestle, but I mean, I ain't getting like super pressed about it. Like nothing like way too serious that I need like to talk to somebody about. But like they twisted it like it was such a big sad thing. Now, I mean, that'd be all right, but the way they went about it. See, I had this one part in there that I wanted to redo. It was like where I was like going into wrestler mode. Put on my hat, I start talking and whatnot. And so I was like, I didn't really feel that promo part. Like, could we redo that? And they told me at the beginning, they were like, if you ever feel like that you need to like reshoot something, let us know. And then I say, I didn't really feel that promo part. Could I reshoot it? They're like, no. Like, they're like, oh no, that looks fine the way it is. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. But they didn't let me reshoot. No, screw me, right? And so, other than that, it was like weird. They would like zoom in on like the weirdest crap. Like, my doctor was like sitting there like explaining something. They're zooming in on his hands. They're zooming in on my hands. They're like zooming in on my face. Like I said, I'm real pale, so it looked like I was tearing up. But really, I'm just real red. You know, white people, they get real red. That's what that was. And like I said, I'm tired. I got these dark circles going on. I didn't cry at all. Like talking about that stuff. I was tired as hell. And and I got these bright. Oh, that's what I remember. Yeah, I got these bright blue eyes. And so that's why when the light was shining off of it, that's what also made it look like I was tearing up. Because you got all the shininess going on, looking like there's water in there. Like, I wasn't tearing up. I was having fun talking about all the crap that I had to go through. I was enjoying that. But no, they twisted it up in their own story. They used a clip that I didn't want them to use. Of all things, I sent them to certain clips that I wanted them to use, but they used this one clip instead. And so, needless to say, I did not have fun with my first interview. And yes, I am enjoying this interview a lot more than that one. Definitely because you're
Okay.
not zooming in on my hands.
No, no, no. I'm not zooming into your eyes neither.
Yes, thank you.
Boom. How can people find you on the social media pages?
Let me check my name. Mainly Instagram, Facebook. my Facebook ain't really popping. The only reason I'm on there is to for MCW reasons. See, my Instagram is Mr. Boom Hayden. That's with 4 A's. Okay. That's my Insta. That's probably where it's popping the most. Let's see. I mainly just got Instagram and Facebook, but I don't really use Facebook like that. I got Snapchat though, but that's more private.
Okay, thank you very much, Boom, for your time. Mi gente, García, vuelvo y te repito, la bola está en tu cancha, un gran talento que puedes traer para acá. Vamos a ver qué tú puedes decir al respecto. Espero que estés viendo esta entrevista. Mi gente, esto será todo por el momento. Have you have some last words for the people? Anything you want to say?
Not really.
Okay, no problem. Bueno, mi gente, será hasta la próxima. Hasta pronto. Thank you very much, Miss Boom. Have a nice day.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.